Hi there, welcome to Save with Crypto. And I'm really honoured to be here today with Eduard from ZoidPay. And ZoidPay, as you know, is something that I've been into for, I think, nearly a year now. So I'm really excited to have Eduard on the show. So welcome, Eduard, and how are you today?
Thanks a lot for the invite. I'm good. I'm good at the office, working.
Fantastic. Okay. Right. If I can work out how to share my screen, I will show you this document that I've got. Right. Okay. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are some questions that are responses to a video I did a few weeks ago where I said I'm going to talk to Eduard and ask him some questions. And so hopefully you'll get some good answers and do give the video a like. So first one, ask for an update on Formula One sponsorship, please.
Yeah, I think this was the elephant in the room. We've talked about this last year, and like I said on Telegram, actually, to have this sort of a deal that encompasses all of the things that we want to build with the F1 team requires also for us to achieve some milestones prior to that. So the F1 deal is closely related to the ZoidPay Super App. The ZoidPay Super App, once it's launched, we can have the conversion we need as a project and as a community from the F1 sponsorship deal. But until then, we need to have the products in the market in order to fully maximize the investment, which is a multi-year sponsorship deal. And that's why kept on postponing this, and it didn't make any sense to launch it prior because the funnels weren't there. Now we're getting close to launching the super app. We're getting close to a lot of really nice things, and it makes sense to push on that side as well and trigger the sponsorship.
Okay, that all sounds good to me. I mean, to be honest, I it doesn't bother me at all if it's delayed or even doesn't happen because I think we've all seen what happened to like crypto.com when they made ridiculous investments and the product got worse. so so
Yes.
to me, I don't know. I'm more into the company, focusing on the company rather than but if it has advantages to you in the future, then that's good.
Actually go a bit further.
Of course.
The audience from F1 is really tackled to the sort of super app that we're launching. This
Okay.
is one. And second, we're a business. We're a tech company. We're a blockchain company that needs to have revenue to have a sustainable business model. We haven't sold any of our tokens to sustain the business. Everything is done either bootstrapped or by investors. So this year, we're working on having a fully functional revenue model. There was an article the other day in the press in which I said the super optimistic scenario for this year would be between 30 and $50 million as revenue. So we're acting like a tech company, and on the tech side, the integrations, the partnership, the sponsorship also have a business side to it. So it's not just for the audience, is also for creating different products or services to tackle that audience and also our community, and to convert that audience into our community. So that's the main purpose, but we didn't have the tools to do that. So now we're getting close to having them.
Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, so Pantelis asked, hello once again. Kudos on the vids, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to know if you could ask Eduard the following. Oh, okay. Mercedes W14 is to be unveiled on Wednesday, 18th of February. We know ZoidPay is said to have. Yeah, okay. So I think you've answered that already. From Lawrence, please ask Eduard the differences between ZoidPay and Utrust. And this is a question that I also want to ask as well is, we saw the Xportal launch last night and it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot of people are seeing this as is your app going to be the same kind of thing or different, or what can we do with it that's going to be different?
Well, I'm actually going to show you some screenshots of the app as well.
Awesome.
Before showing you, how will the super app function? It will function like, so in one app, you will have both crypto and fiat. For the crypto side, it's a non-custodial wallet. It acts like trust wallet. So you can import an already existing wallet. You can create a new wallet, or you can create a multi-currency wallet that has Elrond, Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, and other tokens. So we're going to start with a lot of tokens, a lot of chains, and the relevant tokens from each. So this is the crypto side. Non-custodial, your keys, your crypto, but you also need to have the KYC. Once you do the KYC, you get access to the fiat side. Access to the fiat side gives you two IBANs. So you have a USD IBAN and the Euro IBAN, virtual cards and physical cards, either metal or plastic, both of them fully customizable. So you can add the Zoister on your physical card, on the plastic card. You can engrave something on the metal card. The cards will be available as soon as we launch, so you can instantly order a card. We've been working on this since last year in February. So we're getting close to, we surpassed 1 year of working on the super app. Let me also share the screen. So here it is. We have the light theme here. We're also going to have the dark theme. It will be teased soon. So as you can see, it's a sort of a familiar interface. You have the account, you have the cards, you have crypto, you have NFTs. Sorry. Let me just go back to the previous screen. Perfect. In here on the card side, you have all the functionalities to freeze your card, to see the details. On the crypto side, you see you have multi-chain crypto wallet. You have also individual wallets especially for if you have an Ethereum wallet, you can just have it there. But once you create the account in the super app, by default, you will have a multi-currency wallet that will have all of the assets. The best thing about this is the fact that you have crypto on a non-custodial wallet with your keys there. You have the fiat side that has the IBANs and the cards, and the switch between assets is instant. So if you have Bitcoin, for example, or EGLD or eGold, and you want to have liquidity and pay at the grocery store or anywhere with the card, you can instantly pay, and we take from the balance of your crypto by asking you if you want to sign a transaction. So being a non-custodial wallet, you need to send those funds. So you just top up your card instantly from this app. So you will have the benefits of having a non-custodial crypto wallet with the benefits of liquidity, instant liquidity from any token and any crypto.
That is fantastic. At the moment, I have tried buying things with the Chrome extension, which goes through the Fillit organization, if you like.
Yeah.
Is that going to still be the case?
No, everything will be done through the mobile app. You will have Apple Pay and Google Pay from the get-go. You can import your crypto wallets. You can create a new one. You can do whatever you want on the crypto side, and you will have liquidity for all of those assets instantly. The algorithm also starts to be pushed, because right now we're using, let's say, a more alpha version of the liquidity algorithm that we have. Now we're pushing for the beta version on the super app. And once we finish with the bank acquisition, we're going to have the full-fledged version of the algorithm. The liquidity algorithm, what it does is when we get an asset from you, so you want to have liquidity for EGLD. When we get an asset, we make a decision. We either sell it instantly, we hold it and sell it at a later stage, or we stake it. It depends on the market. It depends on the value of the token. It depends on the chart, the trading analysis. So we have multiple metrics being analyzed to know what to do with the token that we get from your side. Once we have that, so this is on the backend side. But once we receive your crypto, we have an alliance of exchanges and liquidity providers. So imagine that we're plugged into multiple exchanges and multiple liquidity providers all over the world to offer the same conditions to everyone wherever they are. So if there's somebody in Hong Kong right now that wants to buy something and somebody in Europe, they will have the same instant top up on their card. Another important thing to mention is that the cards that we have and the IBANs will be available globally. So anyone in the world can actually get a card, but the decision will be if we start with the local market, local being Europe. So to start with Europe or to start with Europe and Asia and then scale to the others. Now, coming back to the liquidity part, being plugged into so many exchanges and liquidity providers, we've negotiated different prices. So we have a 15 minutes time window in which we have the price fixed for you. Once we have that, we top up your card, your account, your whatever mechanism with the relevant fiat that you need. And we have a settlement time with the liquidity provider T+2. So in 2 days, we need to settle to reconcile with the liquidity providers. This is done automatically, and it's done by either using different assets that we have in the bank or by selling the asset that we got from you. But also this, from our perspective, so we want to use this liquidity algorithm in order to have an additional revenue stream from the differences that may appear from selling tomorrow rather than today. Yeah, so instant liquidity will be possible, and it's possible once we have the super app up and running. There will be no more issues because I've read the tickets, I see the tickets, and it's true, it's bad. I mean, the way the Chrome extension works right now, it's not a pleasure to use it. So we want to change that. We want to have the super app ready so that the whole experience will be flawless and really smooth for you. I mean, to be honest, even I tried when we did the testing initially for the Chrome extension, I couldn't pass the KYC. So I had to do some tricks. Knowing the guys from Fillit helped, but yeah, this is not an ideal scenario. So right now, we're working with one of the biggest issuers in the world for this. We have the best KYC providers, multiple KYC providers, depending on the regions. We're working right now on implementing a KYB flow, so to also allow businesses to have this app and keep their whole revenue there, their crypto assets, so everything to be in one place. And yeah, we've learned from our mistakes. It needs to be a way smoother experience than it is right now.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest issue, apart from not actually being able to buy anything, was the fact that with Fillit there was a monthly charge whether you use the card or not. So what would happen? I was trying to buy something that cost, I think it was about 20 euros, and just in case, I kind of topped up the card with about 100 euros. And because I hadn't used it for 6 months, the first thing that happened was 6 months worth of charges came off it. So to buy the 20 euro thing would have cost me about 80 euros. So I just thought I'm not going to use that, So I was being a total hypocrite because I love the ZoidPay idea and I love all the ideas you have, but I just thought I'm not going to use this. But what you're saying now sounds like music to my ears. Sounds fantastic. So that's really good to know. Can I just clarify though, because every other kind of crypto card, if you like, that I've ever used, which includes crypto.com, the hold card that used to be part of Utrust.
Yeah.
And also, what's the other one? Oh, the new one, Tap Global that I have. Now, all of those, whatever transaction you do, it always seems to go, regardless of what's in your account, it seems to end up going via euros at some point, which was never a problem when I lived in France, but I live in the UK now. So what you're saying is that doesn't necessarily happen like that. We don't actually see any. I mean, if I've got, say, for example, I've got like UK pounds in my, what's it going to be called? The super app?
ZoidPay. I mean,
okay.
we talk different names, and apparently ZoidPay sounds the best.
Okay. I think that was one of my, So ZoidPay is actually the name of the app, yeah? Okay, yeah. Right. So let's say that I've got UK pounds on my ZoidPay app. Is that possible? Will that be possible?
So initially, you will have two IBANs. You will have the Euro IBAN and the USD IBAN. But the way the system works behind is just like what Revolut does. So Revolut has interbank exchange rates for all currencies, and for you, it's not going to be any. There are not going to be any fees associated with the transaction, whether you do it in Euro, USD to pounds.
Okay, so can't put pounds initially onto the ZoidPay app. That's correct, yeah? It's just euros and USD.
Yeah. No, I understand. So an example would be if you add in the ZoidPay super app 100 pounds, they will remain 100 pounds. If you add the equivalent of 100 pounds in euro, they will be volatile because the interbank, I mean, the FX is changing. But it's going to be a rollout in terms of IBANs as well. So regarding the IBAN side, this is interesting. And initially, we want to test how the interbank exchange rates work, because these also will be useful for us once we get the bank. So initially, Euro and USD, then we go to other currencies as well to offer native IBANs so that you won't have any issues.
Right. Okay, that sounds fantastic. Should we have a look at another question?
Yeah, sure.
I think the next question was quite pessimistic. So this is from Andre, who said, "Hi, we all know that investing in crypto, we accept a number of layers of risk. If the S&P tanks, we tank, then Bitcoin. My question is Multiverse X such a layer of risk, or is ZoidPay sufficiently spreading its activities to survive a hypothetical failure of EGLD? I'm bullish EGLD, but I think this is important to know." Okay, so worst case scenario.
Definitely. So I think the most important thing relates to what I said in the beginning of the conversation. So we act like a blockchain company, like a tech company. So we have basically two divisions. We have the crypto part and the revenue part. They are tied together because the risk management for this is the following. We based our assumptions of revenue for this year, so the super optimistic one between 30 and 50 million, we've based this on a client that will, because I saw earlier before coming into the video, a question on Telegram, is it still gonna happen Web3 leader in development this Q1? Double down. Now I say again, double down. Yes, because we have a client that has an aggregated 350 million users across all of their products that is with us as a Web3 provider. So we're the provider of Web3 for this client. This means that not only we're becoming a big business in terms of revenue, but there's no one in the market tackling that amount of users with the architecture and with the Web3 APIs and SDKs. So the part of the risk strategy, risk management for this is have a steady revenue so that we can have funds for 5 to 7 years up front at any given time to do the development, to scale the team. We have massive expenses. The burn rate is huge. We are hiring between 3 and 4 new people per month. So we have this to sustain the business, to sustain whatever happens with the token, to sustain whatever acquisitions, strategic investments, or other things we might do. But also on the other side, we have the cross-chain strategy. So the cross-chain strategy implies that we scale to other chains by providing them with our APIs and SDKs, with our liquidity part, and by actually converting their community into the super app so that they will have liquidity for all of their crypto assets at any given time. On top of that, we also have the listings. So last year, when I said there will be listings, I meant it. And most of the deals that, most of the exchanges that were supposed to happen last year, the deals were closed last year. So right now, once the market starts becoming a bit better, we're going to start pushing our strategy so that we'll sync all of the elements that we have in the pipeline. They're really close, really close. And I'm talking about big ones, so that we will position ourselves in front of the community to attract more people to see what ZoidPay is, to know about ZoidPay, to download the super app, to do all sorts of engagement with the platform. So there are multiple risk management strategies here. We're pushing as hard as we can to deliver.
Okay, well that's reassuring, and it sounds like there's some really interesting stuff on the horizon. So lots of stuff to look forward to. David here asked, what was the issue with Bitmart? I think that's all over now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's over. Yeah.
Okay, and I can't pronounce that. How will instant liquidity work? Right, you've already talked about that. However, and will any generated wand by the farm be locked? Okay, I think I know the answer to that, but if you want to talk about wand, that would be very cool.
So we developed multiple strategies in order to create engagement in the community. One of them was the gamification side. So we started with the NFTs that offer actual utility inside the platform. Then by the request of the clients that we have on the APIs and SDKs, we started brainstorming about a sandbox to help them push their products, test their assumptions, and actually get some data from the market, while at the same time offering some benefits to the community involved. So, for example, if you think of Polkadot has Kusama. Kusama is the canary network of Polkadot. What it means is, whenever Kusama has a new upgrade and has different functionalities on it, you know for sure that after a certain time, those upgrades and those functionalities will be present on the main network, which is Polkadot. Mm-hmm. So Wand for us is a canary network, is an extension of ZoidPay that allows us to test different financial services, different hypotheses from the bank, different engagement mechanisms with the shopping pool owners, so that they will make the transition to becoming a actual digital bank with services, with products, with everything smoothly. You go first through Wand. We test different services such as buy now, pay later, such as loans. We see how they go, and then we push them to the main network, which is ZoidPay, and then we push them to the ZoidPay Super App. So this is one of the mechanisms. Second is, at any given point, once we announce the clients that we have on the APIs and SDKs, and once we start pushing more on this side, because we have a lot of things to show there, and I will tell you more about it later. Once we do that, other clients will want to test different services there. So they will use our APIs and SDKs, build different services, push them to Wand, and through Wand, those services can give direct benefits to the community. So let's say, for example, they're thinking of creating a liquidity pool for purchasing in Europe different types of products, which serves as a use case for buy now, pay later on certain, I don't know, industries. So for example, electronics, you want to buy electronics. They create a liquidity pool. They say, if you use this liquidity pool from the ZoidPay Super App and get electronics via the card with instant liquidity, then you get a 10, 15, 20, 30% discount on these products. So they will start pushing different strategies like this. And this is going to be the case in the beginning. Then Wand will serve as fuel. So we have ZoidPay that heavily relies on ZPAY token as fuel for the APIs and SDKs. So one of the big things about the APIs and SDKs is the fact that if you're a developer that wants to build something really fast, you need to have ZoidPay. But at the same time, if you want to test different edgy scenarios, maybe with a higher degree of risk, or maybe something which is totally alpha, or you need to have Wand. So Wand also serves as fuel for this. So you need to be a holder of Wand. Yeah, so there are a lot of things on Wand that we're pushing right now, and it's exciting.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm farming Wand now at 1,050% APY, which is at the moment it seems incredible, but I don't know exactly what I'm farming, so it's I don't know. It's good. I think it's going to be good, and I want to have lots of Wand, whatever it is. So that's cool. Okay, this Fillit question was answered already. Do you have any plans for other base currencies? Yes, you've answered that already.
Yeah.
Right, this one was actually from me, actually. So the return on investment on buying a Zoidster for a 3-month APY boost on a shopping pool is terrible. Are there any other plans to offer better APYs on shopping pools? Now, I'm saying this because at the moment, part of the way I'm trying to encourage people to stake ZoidPay in my shopping pool is by saying that I will do whatever I can to provide 17% APY for you. But obviously I'm a little bit worried that, well, I'm going to run out of Zoidsters and something might change in the future. So I'm just asking if there will be any other plans for increasing the APY on shopping pools.
Not directly increasing the APY, but offering different revenue streams so that the shopping pool owner can share with the Zoidsters. So okay. More revenue streams will come from the activities that we do directly and you're not involved in them, but also from different features in which you will be heavily involved as managing and pushing to the market. So the APY will actually, if you take an aggregated APY, will increase for sure.
Okay, well That's good. Okay. I mean, since I wrote that question, which was a few weeks ago, we've now got the farms to farm for Wand and ZoidPay. So obviously I can see now that the Zoidster I had before that's now expired, I can now use that to boost the APY. So it's just the next epoch of the Zoidster, which I can understand now. So that's all cool. So yeah, a question a lot of people ask me, which I have an okay answer for, which is why should people stake ZoidPay in a shopping pool rather than metastaking on the xExchange? Now, I have kind of done some experiments and I've proved that where xExchange said it's up to 28% or whatever it is, it actually isn't that. It's less and it's slowly decreasing, whereas in a shopping pool, it's more constant. But if you'd like to elaborate on that.
Yeah, so in a shopping pool is fixed, and we showed the actual APY. There indeed it's up to 28%, even 1% it's up to 28%. So there's a lower APY, but at the same time, the most important thing to mention here is the fact that metastaking has a limited supply.
Right.
There are 5 million ZPAY for metastaking, and that's it.
Okay. I think I was aware of that, but I forgot to ever mention it. So that's very, very cool. Okay, so that's all the questions I've got for you, really. So if you want to, I know you want to talk about the business to business angle of ZoidPay. I'm quite interested in that.
Yeah. So just to touch based on a couple of topics as well. So we have the B2C, which is the ZoidPay Super App, the flagship product that we're going to launch. Crypto capabilities, fiat capabilities, available globally, high limits on the cards. I mean, huge limits on the cards. You can buy a house with the card, actually.
I might do that.
Which is, oh, that's nice. And you have everything in one place. This is the first version. This year, we've set for the marketing side and also for the tech side, 18 objectives. I mean, for the first half of the year, actually, until the 30th of June. 18 objectives, 66 key results, and 350 tasks. By the end of the year, having done those tasks, we're going to have at least 2 or 3 major updates to the Super App. One of them being, so you got the Super App, but you also have, obviously, different bank accounts. Plug them all in. So you just add your bank accounts there. And through the licenses that we have AISP and PSP licenses. We can see your account balance. We can make direct payments between your accounts. You can make direct payments from that account, from the ZoidPay Super App. Then you add your cards. Add all of your cards in the ZoidPay Super App and access them only through the ZoidPay card. Then we're going to have the loans, the DeFi mechanisms, the different traditional services. Then we're going to have premium services such as exactly what Revolut has, but also with a different twist. So one of the services, for example, is when you buy a product, let's take an electronic product. So you buy something from the mall, you get a display, and you get how many years for the product? Oh, 1 or...
Yeah, 1 or 2, yeah.
1 or 2. We add another one.
Right.
So all sort of different mechanisms that will actually make the experience more pleasant and will draw you to use the ZoidPay Super App. So if you pay with our card, you get 1 more year, which usually costs a lot. I mean, you have to pay a lot for that. So this is what we have on the B2C side, not taking into account the other things such as Wand, such as the staking, the farming, such as the listings to follow, not taking all of this into account, focusing only on the Super App, which is going to be amazing. the B2B side, which is not exactly B2B, because the personas are developers that want to build different products on the blockchain, savvy tech people that want to use APIs and SDKs to create products, non-savvy people that have no connection with tech whatsoever, big businesses, big fintechs, big financial institutions. So it's a really big spread on the persona of the APIs and SDKs. ZoidPay Core should be the name. We're still doing some brainstorming. Zoid Core or ZoidPay Core. We have to see here what would be the name. But imagine what WordPress did for websites. This is what we're doing for creating products on Web3. To give you an example, you have an interface. You want to create an NFT collection. You create an account on our platform. You get an API key. Once you have that API key, you start the wizard flow, which is like the name of the collection, how many NFTs, please upload the pictures here, generate the pictures here. Also that you go through all of these steps with the traits, with everything. At the end, and this is the fun part, we ask you on which chain you want to publish this.
Brilliant.
You choose the chain, and then, I mean, we're full service on the APIs and SDKs, and you don't know how to launch an NFT collection. And at the end, we ask you again, maybe you want to publish it on these marketplaces. You push a button and then you publish it. So we created an environment that's an entry point for anyone that wants to build products and services into crypto, into Web3 actually. So once we launch this will be the highest conversion funnel in regards to people entering as developers and building products in any blockchain. Imagine having a pipeline with everything streamlined that you can use from the get-go, really simple, solid documentation, click, or use the APIs and SDKs to create even more crazy products, and then publish it on whatever chain you want. And we took this a step even further. So you will be able to write native language like create a token that has 700 million total supply, a staking program on Ethereum. And
wow.
Then you have.
As easy as that.
Yeah. So that's how we're using OpenAI for the B2B side. It's going to be native language. You write what you need. We have the APIs and SDKs. The APIs and SDKs are ready, by the way. So we're already using them. And yeah, that's it. We make it simple for you to become a blockchain developer, to actually test your assumptions. So this, for any project, I mean, for any chain, this can be the tool that actually saves a lot of expenses, because what you do first when you want to build a business, obviously not talking to clients. If you're a developer, you start building the business and you consume a lot of time. But what about having an MVP ready in 4 hours? Or if you want to build an NFT collection, what about having an MVP ready in 5 minutes? Just click it, push it, and that's it.
That's fantastic. Right. Okay. That's stunning, actually. Yeah, I'm trying to get my daughter into designing NFTs, and cause she's a really good artist, and you know, at the same time, I'd like her to sort of take the lead on it if possible. You know, rather than having her dad saying, you know, this is how it works and stuff. You know, so if it's something, you know, something you can do that simply, that's going to be huge. Yeah, but you know that. I mean, what I've always admired about you, Edward, is your ambition. You know, you kind of want to be like the best Web3 experience out there, and I think you will be actually. So that's awesome. You also mentioned so you got the B2B, the buy now pay later. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. So it will be available in the super app, not initially as part of one of the major updates. There are multiple ways in which we do this, the buy now pay later. We either do it on the crypto side with collateralized loans so that it happens based on your assets.
Okay.
Or we do it through a partner. We're testing different things to see what makes sense and what's the risk here for the company. And by doing this, we actually developed a better loans mechanism. Loans will be first, and loans will have a really instrumental part. So right now, for example, 96, close to 96, I think, million ZPAY are locked in the shopping pools. That's a huge liquidity pools for loans that can be leveraged by the shopping pool owners. And we divided the mechanism for this as well. We're not in banking. I mean, we don't know what are the implications. And I think the most important thing when you actually start deep diving into a new industry, there are a couple of things. One would be the fact that you come with fresh ideas and you come with the enthusiasm and with the knowledge from your field. But at the same time, we're hiring more and more people that worked in traditional banks, in traditional finance. For example, our CFO is a banker and knows everything about banking, and who's the best person to know about buy now pay later loans, the risk associated with the credit profile, with the risk profile of each KYC of each user. It's him. So right now we're putting together the knowledge that he has, the knowledge that we have on the tech side, to define a way in which we mitigate better the risk, because the risk is always there. It's about the mitigation. So it's still work in progress. We're still looking into what's the best way in which we can do this.
Okay. Awesome. I was just looking on your website, and you've still got the roadmap for 2022. Is there a 2023 one on the way?
Yeah. Actually, today we're working. We're working on it to have it published. This week will be published. Yeah, it's needed, definitely needed. And also, you mentioned about the website. That the website will probably be changed by end of April, because there are a couple of information there that are not. I mean, if you were to read the website, then talk to our team, then look on the internet, 3 different types of information.
Okay. Yeah, I am aware of that actually. Yeah, because obviously a lot of people ask me questions, and I kind of think, oh, that was from 3 years ago, so
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's good to know. I mean, obviously the question everyone's going to ask is like, when everything, when is the app going to happen? I mean, do you have any? I know you can't commit yourself right now, but like, are we talking months or weeks or?
So we're going to start this month with the deliverables. This includes launching different products, launching different features, listings. So everything that we said we'll do, we start this month. Let's call it Z month or Z months ahead, because this is how it's going to be. Regarding the super app, we're going to soon have an article that will detail more on the release date. So let's say around May to happen. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not giving an exact date. We have a lot of people involved in the process. So right now on the super app, more than 120 people are working.
Okay.
It's a huge endeavor, and we have to actually mitigate all of the service providers that we have. We have the issuer, we have the digital onboarding, we have the KYC, we have the plastic and metal providers. We have then the regulations for each. We have then patterns and templates for utility bills from the countries in which we want to scale, so that the OCR, when you do the KYC, we won't have any issues. So there are a lot of things that we need to mitigate. These are things besides the development, QA of the app, and all the other happy flows that we have there. So yeah, I'm going to say around May, and in that article, we're going to detail a bit more once we have some more data.
Okay, well, that sounds something to look forward to, definitely. That's fantastic. Okay, so as a shopping pool owner, what have shopping pool owners got to look forward to, say, like in the next year?
Oh, so you can look forward to manage your shopping pool from the super app. Everything will be done through the super app. Awesome. You can, and this is the fun part. So we talked earlier about the ZoidPay core, the B2B APIs and SDKs. Let's say some talented developers come and build really cool DeFi products. We start like this. So we have the B2B side. You make an account, you start using the APIs and SDKs. This is step one. So we offer you the tools in order for you to create products. Second, you're not a business person. You're not a marketing guy. What do? Well, you need to launch it. How do you launch it? Well, funny enough, we have a distribution channel called the ZoidPay Super App. So you add it in the app marketplace. Who will it be available for initially? For the shopping pool owners to give benefits first to their users. So not only from the ZoidPay Super App, you as a user can download, can add as a submenu, as an extension there, as a new tab in the ZoidPay Super App, different products that you like. From the app marketplace, but you as a shopping pool owner can install in your shopping pool different DeFi mechanisms from which you will get revenue streams.
Brilliant. Okay, that sounds attractive. Very. So do you have any plans in the immediate future for another shopping pool auction?
To be honest, we haven't discussed about this yet. We will see if it makes sense soon to have one, but I mean, we want to focus first on offering as many benefits as possible for the shopping pool owners. So we started with the dashboard. Now we're gonna have everything in the ZoidPay Super App. We go forward with Wand as well to offer benefits there, because Wand will be led by a council of 23 shopping pool owners. Okay. And yeah, so it will be the token of the shopping pool owners from, I mean, initially we're going to give the direction for Wand. We're going to create a separate fund for Wand for the development side, and you as shopping pool owners will lead the effort there. So you will be able to use from the treasury Wand to create different products for your shopping pools. We're going to add more staking mechanisms, more farming mechanisms, gamification, and we want to slowly step into the zone in which every shopping pool owner actually configures and customizes his or hers shopping pool with different features. We're close with the loans to start working on the loans, and probably it will be a gradual rollout for a few shopping pool owners first to test it, to offer the services, and then to push it globally. I mean, there are a lot of things for the shopping pool owners, especially once we finish with the bank, because there we can take all of those financial services and add it on the shopping pool owner.
Cool. Brilliant. Okay. Now, I know a lot of people are going to watch this video and then they're going to think, oh, maybe I should be investing in ZoidPay, but they don't know anything about shopping pools and Multiverse X or anything like that. So for somebody who knows, somebody who maybe just has a few exchanges or something, and they want to buy ZoidPay, where would you suggest they went right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
I mean, I would drive adoption to Elrond anytime. I mean, go to xExchange, goes to xExchange, or even better, download the Xportal and get it directly from there.
I was going to say, actually, that is actually perfect timing, isn't it? Because the Xportal launched last night. I'll leave a link for that in the description. And get that. And then you can buy some ZoidPay. And I know we can't speculate easily on the price of ZoidPay, but I've got a lot of it, and I'm very pleased that I've got a lot. It's worth less than what I paid for it, but I think every crypto I bought is almost. So I'm not too worried about that. But I'm very optimistic about the future of ZoidPay. I do know people fall into different camps, though, and people say, oh, no, you should be thinking about XMoney rather than ZoidPay. I mean, do you think XMoney are like a competitor, or would you think of them as something that? No, go on, tell me.
Not at all, actually, because I mean, I would really like for the community to see the discussions that we have with Elrond, with the guys.
Sure.
It's a natural conversation. We even talk about different features together. We talk about different products that we're gonna launch. So definitely not a competitor. We tackle different things, and we tackle different things completely different in approaches. So there was a question like this in the AMA. Why are you launching it? I mean, why are there more than one car manufacturer? Why do you have more than one juice? The market is big enough. I mean, and the market is barely starting. If you have competition from the beginning in an industry which is so tiny at the moment, with a level of adoption which is close to zero in regards to actual retail users and in regards to even developers, it makes no sense. I mean, definitely makes no sense. Okay. So no, we're not competitors, and we're actually, that's why we did the APIs and SDKs, to offer them for anyone that wants to build. For example, you as a shopping pool owner, if you build, let's say, a product using the APIs and SDKs, and you want a card, a Visa or MasterCard, or a card made from one issuer, using our API and SDK, you can get one. So this is another example of actually liberalizing the whole spectrum of features and products that we have towards everyone that wants to build. Okay.
Right. Okay. I was just looking at the website again, and I know some people have been saying what happened or what is happening with Zeta. Is it called Zeta, or is it ZoidVerse now? Or
ZoidVerse? It's ZoidVerse now.
Okay, but that was Zeta, or
yeah, initially it was Zeta. Yeah.
So now it's ZoidVerse. Yeah.
Now it's ZoidVerse.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we started with a vision to have a custom builder for anyone that wants to have their own metaverse with their own experience there. Why we did this? Simple, because we wanted a footprint in the funnel of actually upselling the APIs and SDKs. Because it's a interesting perception. Big companies don't see the metaverse as crypto.
Right.
They see it as part of their omni-channel strategy. They see it just like another social network. They have. I was discussing with a big executive from a huge company, And he said, yeah, we're present on Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, Metaverse. And I was like, whoa, 1 second. What do you mean Metaverse? Is there a new social network? No, you know Metaverse, right? You're in crypto. Of course I know Metaverse, but 1 second, is it something new? No. Then what's happening? So then he started explaining, yeah, look here, this is our plan. So we see the Metaverse independent of the platform as a social network, as a channel for distribution, and as a channel for creating experiences. And that's how we started. We have signed clients on the ZoidVerse side. We're actually building with them right now. Not with the custom builder for them to build by themselves, but with them, traditional way, meeting, discussing, and actually defining their experiences, because they were so excited in the beginning. Yeah, let's go, let's start. Perfect. Okay, so what do you want to build? Oh, I thought you're going to help us with that. We're going to build it for you, but what do you want to build? What do you think it's best? Okay, so we then started actually doing some brainstorming with them. There are other companies that know for sure what they want to build. For example, football teams, because we're in talks with big football clubs as well. Football clubs want to build the stadium to have live experiences with different players, to have memorabilia there, to have different the trophies, to have the history, to walk, virtual touring, to sell NFTs that are related to the club. They have a lot of things to showcase in the metaverse. Same applies for the motorverse companies. Motorsport, sorry, motorverse is the name for motorsport companies. They want to let's do a virtual tour of a car, let's do the a live experience with 360. They have a lot of things to show, and we started doing this. Initially we wanted to buy a company. We were in really advanced discussions for buying a company, but didn't materialize. So we started building our own team and started pushing together as a team with a separate team as part of ZoidPay to build these things. We also have outsourced some of the Unity development and some of the rendering parts, but it's starting to look really, really nice. And the clients are, we were surprised. The clients were more receptive to the metaverse part than instant liquidity or get liquidity for any of your crypto, build whatever you want in Web3. Ooh, tell me more about the metaverse. Okay, let's start with that. So it's part of the funnel. And we actually validated the funnel because one of the companies that signed with us regarding ZoidVerse signed with us also for the APIs and SDKs.
Okay. Awesome. All right. I have two very small and simple questions for you. And then I think we're done. But so you were at X Day in Paris and you met Zabi and you met Stephen. I couldn't make it because I had other commitments. Do you have any plans to be at any other conferences in the future this year, maybe?
Yes, we have to. We haven't really been to conferences, so we need to go.
Okay, all right. Well, hopefully I will meet you at one of those, and that'll be cool. How do I get a hoodie like that?
Just send me your address, and that's how you get it now. So until we have the swag done, just send me your address.
Fantastic. That's the best news ever. I love hoodies. Okay.
Likewise.
That's pretty much me done. Do you have anything else you'd like to say, or anything you'd like to ask me?
When are you coming to Romania to visit us at the new office?
I can come in the summer. I would love to.
And that's perfect. We can organize a tour to stay a couple of days here, to have some exclusive with the team, in the podcast studio. Would be really nice to have you here.
Let's do that. Awesome. Okay. Well, I'm going to say thank you very much and thank you for your time. I really hope this is beneficial to everybody who's watching. I honestly think ZoidPay is brilliant. I think Eduard is a unique guy, and I love everything that he says and does. So there you go. This is Saber Crypto saying thank you very much and goodbye.
Thank you so much.